it's in order to talk about the soul, I have to talk about the self. And in order to talk about the self, I have to kind of preface that with a description of what we mean when we use that word. We've talked a little bit about this in the past. Self-realization, the removal of the veil between the outer, our outer identity and our inner being, is something that is, it's a term that's used in varying ways by various traditions. Okay. So, in our tradition, we would say that the self is a cell in the mind of God. Okay? It is a single facet on the gemstone. Okay? That is God. Infinite number of facets on this gemstone. Each one of those is unique. No two are the same. Each one of those provides entree into the entire brilliance of the gemstone. Okay. It's the connection point that we have with our Creator. But there's a discovery in that. And that is that Jesus says, "Know ye not that ye are gods?" Right? Know ye not that ye are gods? We have that opportunity to have that veil removed so that we can actually see this being, this source of light that is in us. And we discover that what we're beholding is us. Right? And there's stages after that. Okay? But let's just leave it there. So the veil is removed, we're looking within, we see this self, this cell in the mind of God. The Upanishads talk about it in wonderful ways. You know, blue and the size of a thumb, the self-effulgent being. Just okay. So there, we've seen that. That's opened up. Now we realize that there's an emanation, an extension of energy that comes from this being that we're beholding, that we are. And I know the question is, well, if that's me, who's me looking? That's a whole other discussion. But let's leave it at this, that we're seeing our being, and our being has this energy field that surrounds it. It's an extension of self. It's different than self, but they're never apart. It acts as a vehicle, like a body for the self, because it too has a vibrational realm in which it is in harmony. The realm of soul. Okay. There's a plasticity to it. There's a color to it. It is the repository of the essence of all the lessons that you've ever learned in all of your incarnations. And because all of your lessons and all of your incarnations have been unique, your soul's vibration is unique. The imprint of it, the colorization of it, everything is unique to you. That's why you can be called a nameless wanderer, because you don't need a name. That is you. Right? That's what's recognized then. Okay.
So that too is a cell in the mind of God.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the energy that's coming off of that
Right.
cell.
Right. So, as you go through your experiences in lifetime after lifetime, those imprints are on this, in this substance of soul, and we're continually growing, and the radiance of the God being, the God self within, is allowed to move through that soul in ways that are themselves changing. Because you're changing, the soul is changing, your experiences are changing, the filters of the soul are changing, and the light moving through it then moves through it in new and unique ways. So that's a process, you could call it, of purification that takes place a lifetime after lifetime. Mary then said, "My soul doth magnify the Lord." It doesn't filter the God being. It doesn't modify or screen it. It magnifies it. Wow! Right? So that's somewhere down the road that I can't comprehend. You know, orders of magnitude beyond what we're dealing with on earth now, or will be. Okay. So we say that there are three bodies that people have: soul body, spiritual body, and physical body. Now, we can parse those and divide that up. That spiritual body can be subdivided into, you know, emotional body, mental body, psychic body, astral body, you know, all these different things. But ultimately, we're talking about this electromagnetic matrix with various kinds of effluvia that may be attached to it. But you have these three bodies: the soul body, spiritual body, and physical body. Between those bodies, you have the ability to go anywhere and to experience every level of God's creation. Okay?